Yo.
What up?
What's going on, man?
Same old. Back at it again.
How you feeling?
I'm well. Everything is good, man.
Good.
Just returned from a little weekend getaway.
Where you was at?
Maryland.
Maryland with your girl?
Yeah.
Dope.
Okay. Yo, we got our guy.
Quality time.
We got my guy Kenny in here, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all having me.
Long time no see.
Yeah.
Long time. What was it, like graduation day from Jeff?
And what's that, 2010?
Yeah.
9 years.
9 years.
Damn.
And it's
Make
crazy
you feel old
because,
when you say that shit, right?
bro, every time I hear it, I'm like, I ain't been in high school in 9 years, bro.
Makes you cringe, bro. Like,
Niggas getting old.
You gotta fill out some AARP applications just
Yo, funny story. Like I knew Kenny since junior high school, IS 218, right across from Cypress, and that school was a little. That school was a little more wild than Jeff to me. Like I ain't really encounter nothing in Jeff. I ain't really see nothing really big in Jeff. Yeah. I seen niggas get jumped in IS 218, bro.
Like every day, like almost every day.
I think I told a story. You probably didn't know him, but. It was a kid, and I'm gonna say his name too. His name was Jamal. He was Jamaican. I ain't gonna say his last name. I still know it, but
Jamaican Jamal.
He was like a junior, and he got jumped by like freshmen. And he came back to school with a whole cookie on his eye, and it was, and I remember the day they beat him up. I remember them following him home. So yo, you good? Yeah, bro, I'm good. I'm like, all right, my nigga. Cause he's one of them like hothead Jamaicans. Like he think he invincible and shit. Like he think he Goku.
That's like every Jamaican.
You know what I'm saying? He got Dragon Ball's original back and shit. But how you been, man?
I mean, I've been just maintaining, going through life's obstacles and just finding my way. So like I deeply appreciate, y'all allowing me to be on this platform.
Nah, 100.
To shed light on what I got going on. So
I always had you in the back of my head that we're gonna have you on, and this is even better because we both got things going on. You specifically, you got a documentary coming out on pink houses.
Yes, sir.
Anyone from Brooklyn know about pink houses? It's a lot of history there, whether it be good or bad. So the fact that you make a documentary on it is, I think that's a big deal.
Appreciate
it may
that.
not seem like it. You may not realize that yet, internalize it, but that's some big shit.
I appreciate
honestly
that.
For sure.
I really do, man. I appreciate that, and it's I feel like I kind of was made for it in a way, just because of like all the things I've been through. It's just adding up to this point right here. So it's like I'm just grateful for it, and I'm just taking it head on. No more running. Just any challenges, I'm head on with it. So
that's what's up.
Fearless.
Exactly.
You doing all the editing and stuff by yourself, or you got like a team around you?
No, actually, I went to the Apple store because they was having like these training classes, like when you they teach you how to edit and stuff like that, right? Yeah. Exactly. And I found out about that, and this was like prior to me wanting to do the documentary, so I had to like learn and figure out everything I needed to do. And once I went there for about a week, I just started playing with the iMovie stuff like that.
Right, I love iMovie.
And the more time I spent with it, I felt like the better I got. So. After that, it was just no more holding back. After that, it was like I gotta do it now, and just be resourceful and just stay with it.
That's right.
Stay with it for sure.
That's what's up.
You born and raised in pink houses?
Yes, sir. 25 years, right? 25 years. I never knew that.
I thought you used to live by like New Lot side.
Oh nah, that's around that time I used to be over there a lot. When I used to go to the studio, I had a boy over there. He had a little studio situated over there, so I used to like stay over there.
Our boy OG, he lived back there by Barbie, and like a couple times I would see you, and a couple other dudes from like FDNY. Shout out to Michael,
my man.
Yeah, that's
Denny,
the homie.
Man. Facts. That's a fact.
But yeah, I used to see a couple of y'all around there. So for some reason, like I had it in my head, like you lived over there. But yeah, I never knew he was. I knew Gus lived in pink houses. Shout out to Gus.
Oh no, he lived in Spring Creek.
Gus never lived in pink houses.
I guess he was just like affiliated.
Okay.
Affiliated, but yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. Everybody live around here.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, right. I always lived, like when we was going to Jeff, I lived on Georgia Avenue in Newport, between Newport and Riverdale, like right there, a few blocks. So Freshman Friday, I didn't have to run too far. I was calm. I speed walked my shit. I made it there in 5 minutes.
Yeah, Freshman Friday was good.
How was it living in pink houses? Cause I'll be honest, and I said this before we started recording, I'm gonna say it now. Pink Houses ain't some shit I frequent. And it's by choice. It ain't by cause I can't. It's by choice. So if a girl tell me y'all in Pink House, that's cool. So when you coming over here though, because I'm not walking past niggas to go to the 14th floor, and then may have to run out. Might have to, who knows? Who knows? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So how is it like living in your whole life? I mean, obviously you good over there. You know the whole hood, but like, how was it like growing up and shit?
I mean, I wouldn't even say I'm good over there. Just because of the mindset of other people in the area. They savage to say the least. I hate to use that word when I'm describing someone, but that's just the lifestyle that they grew up in. But like growing up in there, it was I guess the trauma allowed me to look at it as normal, because like I was so adjusted to what was going on, the hardships and everything. It was like, it is what it is, But now sitting here 27 years old today, it's like no kid, nobody should have to grow up in that circumstance, because what it would do to you in the future, it's either gonna make you or break you. And fortunately, by the grace of God, it made me. So it's just more so just trying to save the next generation coming up, like being in that position, as the older spokesman, I guess, to say the least, is just got to be there for those coming up, because they don't really know what's about to happen to them as long as they're in
they
Pink
think
House.
it's normal.
Exactly. And it's like it's time to just tell them, like, it's a right to not be okay. It's a right to not be happy with your situation. It's all about what you're going to do about it. So that's just what it is.
For sure. It's very telling to me that you've been living there your whole life, right? But you haven't become, and we're not perfect. You may have done things in your past, but you haven't become like a subject to that environment.
Yes, sir.
You making a documentary about it, you want to inform the youth.
Yes, sir.
It's a lot of folks that I see. Like throughout my life, I probably lived in about 4 projects, but like towards like my adolescent years, like 13 to like now, it was always like in apartments like this, not really in the projects, but before when I was younger. And it's real easy to get subjected to,
honestly,
when you're young, you don't really know yourself yet. So you want to, if you're not born like being a leader, you may follow. And the kids you may follow,
because you're trying to fit in.
Exactly. Honestly. You may want to be cool. You see niggas with girls. You may want to, you know what I'm saying? You see people with nice clothes. You may want to. So it's like, what was it like? Was something instilled in you from maybe faith or your family? Like, what made you not, grow up to be one of those savages, per se?
That's a good question. That's honestly a good question. I mean, I could, say like the obvious answer, like my family and stuff, but even, to a certain degree, they were involved in a way, so I guess, this is the path that was given to me, honestly. Like, it was like set up for for me to go through what I went through, but still end up on the right enough path to do something positive. So I would say it's God's gift. That's the best way I would put it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you then, because I know a lot of guys that they from the hood, they don't make it out. Even if they do, like, you on a good path right now, anything can happen. Life can cut short. So the fact that you still here, like, even though I always try to keep a sense of gratitude, you know what I'm saying? Because you never know when shit could end. Like, we seen people pass this year that wasn't supposed to pass. Hence Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace Nipsey Hussle. I'm gonna say that every day until I pass.
That's a fact.
So it's like, you could be from the hood, not be a subject to it, and then a person who is subject to it will affect your life, take your life, whatever. So the fact that we all still here, you know what I'm saying? You from Ghana, you used to hunt lions and shit, and like tigers. So
exactly, and by the grace of God,
you still here.
Never,
that's a fact. That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
But your documentary comes out on the 30th, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What platforms is it gonna be on?
I mean, I'm gonna throw it on YouTube, just to try to gain as much exposure as possible, and then I probably like venture off to like film festival and like put it on like a couple of
like a film festival,
right? Exactly,
yeah.
and just try
like
to
Tribeca and
exactly see like exactly
for sure.
That's the goal. Try to hopefully maybe win. Honestly, like I would say that just getting there is good enough for me, but I feel like that's selling myself short. So like I really want to go in there and win, and you know, and just
for sure.
That's the goal for sure. So
that's what's up, man. I'm excited.
Even Netflix, you never know.
You never know. You never know. So it's like I really want to monetize this the best way that I possibly can. Not selling, no more settling.
Yeah,
go hard.
Whatever you put your heart into, and I forgot who said this, but somebody told me this. They said, anything you do good, never do it for free. And it kind of sounds like greedy or like greed, but like
it's a fact.
I believe in that. Like I feel like we add value to this world, and I'm not saying like if you're a good person, you got to charge niggas for being a good person, but like if you got an art, if you got like obviously something in film has compelled you to make documentary, and you stayed the course, because if you wasn't really passionate about it, you would have this shit not really it takes too much time, takes too much, but the fact that you still and you about to be done means you got a passion for it.
Yes sir.
Either you good at it now, you're gonna be good at it later. Either way, you getting good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't never do it for free.
Absolutely.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying, someone cut the check.
And it's on an energy level too. It's like I believe that we're all put here for a reason.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? So whatever we put our energy into, it is going to resonate with other entities.
Absolutely.
Whether you know the person or not. It's just, you know what I'm saying? We are made to impact other.
Right.
Yeah. So this is why I also believe that 9-to-5s were created. Not saying that a 9-to-5 per se is wrong, but it's meant to utilize your energy, so you don't be that creative being that you're meant to be.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
I agree 100%.
And a couple weeks ago, I was even showing Mel. It's like I came across a post, and when I looked at it, it made so much sense. You know, like if you open up like a laptop or something and look at the motherboard, the green with all the little, take a good aerial view of like a city, like Manhattan or Atlanta or LA, downtown LA, Atlanta, Florida, wherever. Aerial view, the top of the skyscrapers look like the big blocks on the motherboard, and the green is like the pastures or whatever, the
roads and the streets,
and then the little coils on the motherboard, it's like us in a sense, and all these little components on the motherboard is there for energy to basically give life to this motherboard. Take away human beings from a city, that city is lifeless. That shit is dead.
Gotcha.
So it's the same exact thing.
Absolutely.
When I saw that comparison, I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
It's a fact. And it's I agree with that 100%. And I think that should definitely be voiced more, like amongst the people that you know, even though you have a 9-to-5, you know, congrats to you and everything, but at the end of the day, you could still do better. You could still be better, because like you said, we all have a purpose. And I highly doubt that, you know, God put people on this planet to just to wake up every day, go to job, and come home, and where's your personal life? You know, it's
that
like,
don't make sense.
Where's the thrill? So it's like it's. I think we should definitely start pushing that, especially amongst, you know, the people that we live around, the community. You know, just to enlighten them that, you know, there's so much more than what you see. There's so much more than what you do, and I definitely think that's a message that we should definitely start pushing more. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Not 1,000%. That's why, like, I don't know about y'all, but like whenever I've had like a job, obviously the more hours you work, you make more money, but I always try to keep a balance. That's why I never really went for city jobs, because I noticed people that got city jobs, they be working like 70 hours a week, 70 hours a week type shit. And you know what I'm saying, 40 hours, I don't even want 40 hours a week right now. Honestly, I'm getting 40 because I'm full time, but I'd rather have like 35, 32. So I have wiggle room to, you know, I get off early, do some shit with friends, whatever, social life, network, and then work towards my dreams. But when you got a city job, you get paid more, but what you sacrificing? Sacrificing opportunities. And then you work all day, you get home, you tired. You don't want to focus on your dreams because you tired. You got to wake up early the next day, do a 13-hour shift, like. You get paid, you got benefits, you got 401k, you know they want me in your face. 401k, pension, all the government shit, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, irrelevant.
But it's like, I'm working for that. But like, what I really want to do. When I'm 70 years old, I'm look back like, damn, bro, why you ain't tell me to chase my dream? You fed me this shit. You spoon fed me this shit. You got, now you unhappy. Now I'm in your same spot.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. They tell you all this shit that may sound great to your ears, but they don't tell you the main thing. Right. I'm unhappy at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Because what is this shit about, bro? It ain't about money. It ain't about none of that shit.
It's about someone else's dream.
Are you happy? I spoke to somebody the other day. This girl. Just on some friendship, I said, yo, how you doing? How's work? Cool. I said, all right, how's your spirit? How's your energy? How's your mind? Fuck the work shit. Work make you money, but how you doing?
How are you?
Yeah, like how's your spirit? Y'all be happy all day, but inside niggas be depressed. You always hear, y'all never knew what happened. He hung himself. I never knew. He so
honestly, right.
You really gotta really look at people's eyes like, yo, you good? You straight? Cause nobody wants to talk no more. You know what I'm saying?
And I was just about to say, like, that's like the sometimes when you're doing that, it's like the response you get, it's like they be so thrown off because they not accustomed to hearing, you know, someone just genuinely asking, how are you? Like, they're not accustomed to that. And I think that definitely causes a lot of the problems that we have now, is that, like you said, nobody talks anymore. No one communicates. No one knows how to.
Feel like nobody cares.
Exactly. And I don't know. I mean, shout out to y'all with this, you know, this whole podcast thing. And it's like, it's definitely something that, you know, speaks to what you said. You know, it's definitely gonna, give people confidence to have that voice, you know, like to voice whatever that they're feeling. And that definitely, will help us in the long run. For sure. Know, just putting it out there, you know.
For sure.
Because somebody have to do it.
Right. Exactly.
And that leads me to a question I had for you. Like, is there or was there anybody from Pink Houses that has ever done anything like, it doesn't have to necessarily be like what you're on the path of doing, but has actually like made it?
Got you.
To like have like the young homies or whatever, like be like, yo, like, let's think more positive. Like, yo, there is a way out. We don't have to be, Uncle
Murder.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was from.
Shout out Uncle Murder.
I forgot he was from Big Houses. Yeah. Shout out to Uncle Murder.
I mean, there have been attempts, like there have been people who have tried that, but because they're not necessarily from Pink Houses, we wouldn't gravitate towards them because more times than not, we would understand that what they're trying to do is good, but we knew for a fact they didn't understand what we were feeling. And it doesn't have anything to do with the way they came up or the way they were raised. It's just that this is our current situation. So who is someone from the outside looking in and tell us what's best for us? And that's not necessarily the best thing, you know, the best mentality to have. Right. Because at the end of the day, people still help you, but that's just the way we were. So you know, just looking at that and, you know, just trying to implement it into what I'm trying to do. It's like, you know, I'm born and raised from Pink Houses. Like this is all I know. And, you know, because the people around me, they see that, they're more likely to gravitate towards me because they understand that
you from here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
So
and
resonate more.
Right. Exactly. So it's, it's been, you know, a lot of hit and misses. A lot of people definitely came. Mr. Marcus Scurry, he's a director in the community center.
I was gonna mention him. Yeah, I had a meeting with him a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah. Oh really?
Yeah. I met him doing Uber.
Really?
He was one of my clients, and
he's the man.
We chopped it up since then. Exchanged contacts. Yeah. Shout out to Marcus. I went to the community center. We chopped it up. Gave him a couple ideas. He gave me one of his. He does like a weekly motivational type thing,
right?
And he gave me one in particular that he had wrote on the passing of Nip. Okay. And I read it. I was like, yo, you should look into writing.
Yeah, like, definitely. For sure.
You can write. Like, and he's like, you sure? He's like, you think so? I was like, yo, I know so. Like, yo, look into writing. Like, so yeah, shout out to Marcus. I was gonna bring him up. I didn't know you knew him.
That's my mentor. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's what's up, son. That's what's up.
He definitely got in regards to the writing aspect, he got something coming. Trust me. He got something coming. I'm telling you.
Like, it evokes certain emotions in you, and plus he utilized certain literary elements. It's like, wow, like, yo, you can legit write. But yeah, y'all gonna see him on the podcast.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And you know, and he's one of those people that, you know, I was speaking of that, you know, coming from the outside and trying to help the people inside. So,
yeah,
you know, shout out to him, because like the impact that he's making, not even with just the kids, but like the teenagers, the younger adults, like he definitely has our respect.
Yeah.
So he's definitely a prime catalyst to the change that's coming.
That's what's up. I didn't even know about him. I'm glad you guys brought him up. I'm gonna look him up.
No, yeah, definitely. Yeah,
That's what's up. Definitely have him on the podcast. If you're doing shit like that,
definitely,
for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's what's up. There's something to the first topic though. What you got? You want me to jump into something first?
Right.
Yeah, start it off. Let's get into some shit.
I don't. There's no whole bars with me.
You know that.
All right, so.
Oh no! I want to do something first.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, you know how energy works. However you want to call it, it may be karma, it may be energy, it may be God, maybe the devil. Who knows? But apparently, one of the detectives. You know his name from the NYPD detective who helped wrong.
I mean, we really don't care, but
wrongfully convicted Central Park 5. He died.
Mike Sheehan.
Who?
Mike Sheehan.
Rest in hell, my nigga.
Nigga,
I wanted to say, I'm glad you said it though.
He died from cancer a week after the Netflix series released. He probably was getting a lot of heat and shit.
Yeah, he was battling cancer all this time, and 1 week after the Central Park 5 release on Netflix, cancer
so I'm telling you,
consumed you.
Niggas can't tell me words and energy is not powerful.
That's a fact.
He probably had who knows? His fight probably you got another year to live on. Nah, nigga, 1 week.
Yeah,
that's your ass. Cause now we know what you did. You know what I'm saying? Now we on your heels.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time until the remaining, He's
working for the devil. He needed you already. You worked for him in the past. He needed one of his soldiers. Nigga.
That's a fact.
That's crazy. 1 week.
And remember, I told you about the people that that's not even a couple weeks ago, episodes ago, he usually supply different topics that he may come across, and I do the same, right? I had touched on like 20 something individuals, black individuals. They had went to Washington DC in the 90s, and at the time the crime rate was very high, and they said they can help with bringing the crime rate down. And the chief of police was like, the only thing that could cause the crime rate to go down is either like a snowstorm and it's like 15 feet snow, or like there's no guns in Washington DC area. The guy was like, he basically ensured like, yo, I could do this. Anyway, they gave him, and all they did was meditate. And I'm a big proponent of energy. And everything being energy. So all him and the other 20 something individuals did was meditate, put out positive vibes, and the crime rate dropped by like 20 something percent.
Salute to them.
Yeah. Funny thing is, I was about to say NYPD. The police department, they ended up shutting down the program because crime is business.
That's a fact.
So why would we, you know what I'm saying? First, we doubt you, you know what I'm saying? And when we see it, it's like, nah, we don't want this because we need to keep locking your family up so that we can, you know what I'm saying, fund these big corporations. So...
that shit is crazy.
It is.
Damn, I lost my train of thought. Shit.
That's crazy though. I mean, when you said that, you said crime is business.
Yeah.
I mean, who could speak to that better than the biggest gang in the world, NYPD?
Exactly.
I would say police departments.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you brought that up because I've been like meditating on this for the past couple of weeks, and I'm like, yo, either one of y'all, I'm gonna ask y'all right now, mention something that gangs do, whichever organizations is labeled as gang, mention to me something that gangs do or indulge in that the police departments don't indulge in. I'm talking from CIA down.
Well, even better question. Let's name some shit that they both do.
All right, name some shit that they
sell
both drugs,
extortion,
murder,
commit murder,
coercion.
All of that. Fucking RICO.
Money laundering.
RICO. racketeering charges,
all of that. They have colors.
Jump people, like literally, not even on some gun shit. They literally jump people. Like
they have colors to identify their, allegiance. They have
that blue
protocol.
Right.
They every single thing gangs indulge in. Police departments.
They above the law when they do it. That's the only difference.
They get exemption by the law,
right?
Because they're a gang for the higher ups, the powers that be. I
was just reading something the other day. It was like this black cop. Crazy. He got like exiled from the police department because he started reporting some of the shit that some of them was doing. They was doing, bad things. And I think they kicked him out the police, some shit, and then like they just like blacklisted
him.
No, what's the word? Like they bad talking his name, then they messing with his family type shit.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of things. A black cop.
That's why
he did a project on my fault.
Yeah, it's cool.
He did like a project or something. Like he got like drugs or something like that.
I ain't gonna lie. I didn't even see a picture of him. I don't think,
because I remember it was somebody was went to Hot 97. They did like an interview, and it was for the same things you just said. Like he got like exonerated and everything, basically because he was trying to do the right thing. And I think he mentioned that he did like a project, or like he did something like just to like shine a light on it. He said that he started his own force or something like that. So I'm not sure if that's the same thing, but that's crazy.
Yeah, well, that blue wall of silence is no joke.
And that's why so many police officers are scared of basically showing what's actually, going on behind these doors or whatever, because people are they're afraid for their lives. They're afraid for their families' lives. They're afraid for their well-being. They're afraid for their, I don't have a source of income anymore. Like, this is what I want to do. And if I, tell on my partners, my brothers, then, I would be blacklisted. I can't get a job nowhere else in the nation.
Well, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know if they have that much power. This is why I can't really...
they can. Yeah.
I mean...
They can send an email to another sergeant and, like, don't hire him. He did such and such to us.
Yeah, I mean, you probably won't be another cop again, but, hey, as, like, you became a cop to do what? Fight for good. Your job your job doesn't involve doing good.
Yeah, but
if you indulge in this type of shit, I'd rather not be a cop. You gotta find other means. I know it sounds harsh. Niggas got bills, but it's like this world is evil versus good. So you can stay silent and just watch evil happen. Cool, but how you gonna sleep at night?
Some people do it.
You know what I'm saying?
Do it.
But I'd say this: you said you became a cop to fight for good. Not necessarily. That's what they may say. That may be their mission statement online. But that, do that to fight for evil. Like white people, they tend to use words to thwart people from the actual mission. You see what I'm saying? So we would say this, but our actions is totally contrary.
Right.
So I'm the type of person, I get to the source of things. So police departments, actually started the inception of like police agents or police officers was slavery. They were initially slave catchers.
Yeah.
So them shooting Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin, Philando Castile, this is them operating within the parameters of what they were created to do. But we're looking at it from a moral standpoint. Our lens and our moral standpoint is different to a white person's lens and their moral standpoint.
Exactly.
Their eyes, this cop is doing what they're supposed to do. But for us, it's like, yo, that's totally immoral. Like, there was no probable cause. There was no justification for him doing that.
Right.
But it's like looking at a glass half full and half empty.
Right.
That's all it is.
Like which side you see it on.
So they may do good in some instances, like help or whatever, but in totality of things, they're operating within what they were created to do.
Right. Have y'all had any run-ins with the cops? Like any bad run-ins with I want to hear you first.
I mean, I guess a lot of times I did it to myself, but there were a few instances where it was just like, damn, it's only for one reason that, you know, that they really mess with me. And it's like, it's different from like watching it. And like you spoke to it too, like you always, you know, gotta have that mindset like, damn, this is about to happen just because of the trauma. Yeah. So it's like, you know, when it actually happens and you're in the middle of it, you don't know what to do. Like you thinking like what's supposed to be just a regular stop, I could lose my life right now. So it's like, it's the few instances that I did have it is what it is, honestly. Like I can't say I'm good about it or I'm upset about it. It's just, it is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
So
I feel you. I know yours is mostly like traffic stops, right? Because he be having mad shit in his car. He be doing wild
traffic stops. They always want to, you know, you young black man, you can't drive a certain car. Period. That's it. That's all it is. You young, you black, you living in this area, you cannot drive a certain car. I was like,
you don't think it's because you be speeding doing like 60 and a 40?
The funny thing is, I barely when I got stopped for speeding, I never got like violated. And I would say the only time I ever got violated is I was on Loring one time. Coincidentally, right behind Pink House.
Right, exactly.
The D's, they pulled up. They
an Impala.
Yeah, black Impala, black tints, black everything.
You can't
three of them.
Ain't no missing.
It was a Spanish guy and two white guys. And based on, like, in retrospect, it was like a initiation for the Spanish cop. Like, oh, you want to be part of us? Like, this is what you got to do. You got to spearhead this shit. Right. Exactly. So, took me out the car. Well, yeah, took me out the car. Searched me. The Spanish one, he searched me. It was like a bullshit search. And then they instructed me to go to the back of the car while his partner searched the car. I was glancing at the partner. Well, I was looking at the partner, and him and the other white guy, they told me to keep, you know, looking back. Don't look at the cop. They also took my girl out the car, and she was in the back of the car with me. My nephew, he stayed in the back seat. They was like, oh, do you want him outside? I was like, for what? Why would he need to stand outside? Then there's like, I was like, no, he's good. He could stay in the car.
Right.
So I'm looking at the third officer searching my car. They was like, oh, don't look back because, well, I asked them why. Then they was like, oh, because it's been times when, like, if you have something hidden in the car or whatever, and the officer is close to that area, we don't want you to take off. I was like, listen, man, I have my girl standing right here and my 8-year-old nephew sitting in the back. What type of man do you think I am running off on them?
Right.
Who's going to drive the car home? You already have my ID. You have my license. You could get my fingerprints from the wheel, the door, everything. Right. Like, what sense does this make? He's like, oh, you'd be surprised with people. I was like, nobody's running from y'all. So I kept looking back. Then there's like, oh, sir, we urge you not to look or whatever. Mel, she was quiet because she know how I get to a certain extent when I don't want to hear no bullshit. So prior to coming out, every time I get stopped, I put my phone to record. After everything, there's like, I asked them like 2 times, why was I stopped? And prior to him actually searching the car, I would read up certain laws and rights or whatever. I was like, I do not give you consent to a search. I do. Right. Where's the probable cause? I do not give you consent. He was like, oh, as long as you commit a traffic violation, you are subjected to be searched or whatever, or your vehicle being searched. Anyway, they proceeded. Everything finished or whatever. They walked back to their car, and then one of them looked back. He was like, oh yeah, the reason we stopped you is because your back windows are tinted. I was like, that's not against the law. It's mainly the driver and the passenger side windows. There's like, oh, it's in the law. Google it. That night, I went home, put the heater, or the heat in the car on full blast, put it for the windows, and I took that tint shit off. Now you have no fucking reason to stop me.
Right.
But funny thing, when I ran back the video on my phone, the third cop that was searching the car was questioning my nephew while he was inside the car. You're not supposed to be questioning a minor without, kind of like Central Park 5.
Right, exactly. His nephew is like 11, by the way. 11,
now,
10.
Yeah. This was like 2 years. This was 2 years ago, 2017. And another thing too, I used to make juices back then. I was dropping off. I was picking my girl up, and because she used to live by the movie theaters, and I was supposed to drop off like 3 juice orders. They're like, "Oh, what's this? Nutcrackers?" I was like, "I don't fucking drink." Like, because I'm black, I'm automatically indulge. I automatically indulge in alcohol. I automatically indulge in marijuana. I was like, I don't drink. Then he was like, well, you never know, it's in the bottles or whatever. So he cracked one of them.
Finish the fucking traffic stop and let me go on my way, nigga.
He cracked one of them to smell it to see if there's any alcohol. First of all, you're white. I don't trust y'all niggas. Y'all have smallpox, chickenpox, all kind of pox. I threw that shit out. I was like, I'm not going to keep drinking that shit.
Right. You opened it, yeah.
Yeah, you opened it to smell it. Your nose, like, I don't know what you have, bro.
Yeah, you costing me money now too, nigga.
So, yeah, that I would say, I mean, like, I wasn't physically assaulted or, you know, like, I didn't feel like my manhood was questioned. I just abided with, you know, what they requested. Right. And I think that's another thing. Like, a lot of us, we react out of emotion instead of just shutting the fuck up and, you know, stay calm.
Honestly.
So, I mean, the only thing that really pissed me off was my nephew being questioned. And I went to the station the next day. I told them everything that transpired.
They wasn't gonna do shit.
And they was like, oh, the best you could do is write a letter to Internal Affairs. I was like, okay, I file a report to Internal Affairs. What happens next? There's like,
you wait.
Nothing, to be quiet. I was like, God, I'm wasting my time. Funny thing, when I went to the station, right there, 75th. I spoke to a black cop first, male cop, and I was telling him what happened. He's like, "Oh, maybe you did this. Maybe you." I was like, "You was not there."
Yo, that's
like straight up dick
that was
sucking.
His first,
straight up dick sucking.
You see that shit?
So he was like, "Oh, maybe
man.
you did this. Maybe you committed maybe you ran a stop sign. Maybe you did this." Like, first of all, I would purposely break this law, get stopped, and then come here to lie in your face.
Honestly.
I was like, after a while, I was like, yo, move along, son. Like, I'm good. Never mind. I waited and I spoke to some black women and some Spanish women. And they were the ones that listened to me. And they were like, it's like a room where you go to like file complaints or whatever. I was speaking to one in particular. 2 others had like clients or whatever. They stopped, the other 2, they stopped dealing with their clients, turned towards me and listened to my full story. And like a couple of them, they were shaking their head because they know. And they were like, unfortunately, and that's when I asked them about the internal affairs and shit. I was like, this is wasting my time.
Yeah, I'm sorry you had to go through that, bro.
Honestly, nah, it's cool. Like, I understand. Like, I understand. Listen, the main thing, like, I tell Dominic damn near every week on the podcast, I know these niggas' nature. Their nature is of destruction, and they despise us just because of our melanin. Period. So I would never react emotionally. I would never be like, we should all be together. We should. I'm a proponent of segregation. Like, black people, we prospered way more during segregation,
we did,
as opposed to integration.
Honestly,
integration. Another word for that is gentrification. Look what the fuck is happening in our communities right now. We're not prospering with this gentrification bullshit.
Right.
So I would never feel like sad or I can't wait for the day these niggas. Their birth rate is in negative decline right now. I can't wait for the day when they actually not here no more. And that's when I'm gonna be.
You talking about police or white people?
Making me laugh. Well, they white. There's white police officers that stopped me, and the Spanish nigga wanted to be white. So I can't wait until the day these niggas not here no more. So we don't have to deal with this. So.
I had one negative. What was it? Yeah, I had one negative incident. This was years ago. I probably was like 17, 18. And I didn't have no feature hair back then. So if you see me now, even now, I look like a young guy. Because my face, plus I'm not the most bulkiest. So this when I was younger. My uncle's outside my house, across the street. And I just came out of my house, walked down the street, and I was living on Georgia Avenue, right? Yeah. So I'm just having a t-shirt and shorts on. My shorts had no pockets. I remember that shit. So my hand wasn't even in my pocket. There was nothing in the pockets. So I walked across the street, and I remember before I walked across the street, the cop car rolled by slow. I'm like, okay. I walk across the street, and I get to my uncle's car. He's still in the car. He's on the phone, so I'm outside the car. Nice outside. I'm just chilling. The cops backed up, got out the car. My uncle didn't realize at first. So now the cop, like 2 cops pull up, right? They come around the car and it was like, hey, you look like a suspect. In my head, I'm like, my nigga, a suspect for a robbery, right? First of all, I'm 17. At that point, I probably look 14. Yeah. Because I'm short, scrawny, no facial hair. So what the fuck you think I am, nigga? Let's be honest.
Robbing?
Right. So my uncle got a car and he had my hands got spread out. He patted me down and shit. My uncle went to the hospital. Now he's a good kid. He's like, oh, you look a good kid. Okay, look. You just said I'm a fucking suspect, though. Yeah. Now I'm a good kid. My uncle's in front of me now. He patted me down and was like, oh, we had a situation where there, robberies around here. We just looking around, When I drove by, your hands in your pocket. I said, my hands had no pockets. I said, my hands got no pockets.
Your shorts got no pockets.
So you lying. Yeah, my shorts got no pockets. So
yeah.
But that's really the only instance. I try to keep my distance.
Yeah.
I try to keep my distance. I'm cool. I'm walk right straight forward.
And the reason they do that too, it's based on like
strike fear.
Yeah, it's to strike fear and see how you react. Like if they pull up on you and you,
I was calm,
right? Yeah, or you show like nervous or you seem anxious. Then they'll be like, oh, why you? You know what I'm saying? Why you
running? Because y'all niggas kill us. That's why I'm running.
Honestly,
like
so all it is, it's a game. It's a game. It's a game. And then as long as you justify that search and all of that, and you exude that fear to them,
right?
That's how they get you, and they like pin the like Central Park 5,
right?
It's same thing.
You suspicious while you ran?
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
And so that's why, not to cut you off, that's why I told a couple episodes ago, I told Dominique, I was like, what I do with cops and white people, whenever I see them niggas, I give them no time of day. Right. They don't exist. I don't acknowledge you. So if I don't acknowledge you, if I don't dedicate attention to you, you don't exist. That's all. You're just a vessel occupying space. So, and I'm not, once again, I'm not dedicating no attention to you.
Right.
So once I do that, and once you equip yourself with that mindset, the likelihood is very minimal for them to engage with you because there's no medium between us. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Right.
And I mean, it's I agree with you 1,000%. But just thinking about what you were saying, and what had you most upset about the stop was, the fact that they questioned your nephew.
Yeah.
And, being a father now, and it's like, I had the same mentality, don't give him any reason to approach you and, you'll be good. Even if you are approached, don't give him any reason to go further.
Yeah.
But now it's like, being a father and, seeing everything that's happened to the kids, Trayvon, Mike Brown, just the thought, like, I can't even fathom the what I would do, what I would feel if my son was ever in that position.
Right.
And, just having that, I try to, convert it to the people who I do love. If that happens to them, especially, the good people, just the thought of that actually happened. It's like, what do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do? So it's the right approach to not give them any reason to, to come towards you, to do anything further.
Right.
But then if it happens to someone you love, what do you do?
We know. Well, he said what he gonna do.
I didn't say what I was gonna do.
You seen Avengers?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Remember when Hawkeye was in Japan and he was on raid because his family died. He was just killing niggas and shit.
Man.
That's Abdalla. He gonna walk around with a leather cape, leather hood, and he just gonna be going around.
It'll be hard not to
white cops.
Walk around East New York looking like Morpheus.
It'll be hard not to. I'm telling you.
I understand it though.
Nah, one thing for certain we can do as a precautionary measure though. I follow this guy on Instagram. His name is Raspy Rawls. He has another page. It's called Inspired by Raspy, and that page is strictly books, and like his followers can reach out to him and he would sell you book packs. Right now he composed a book pack for strictly for law enforcement, like how to react and for us to equip ourselves with the necessary knowledge when being stopped by a cop, whether we're in a vehicle or on foot. So, I mean, allocate $80 to $100 and the knowledge is infinite. The knowledge is, priceless.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So now we would know how to react accordingly. So absolutely. Yeah, I definitely put y'all onto the page or whatever. Sure, I bought like 2 book packs from him so far. Yeah. So
all right, bet.
Shout out to him. Yeah. Definitely shout out to him.
But what you got next, cuz? What you got next?
Definitely some insightful stuff, man. Yeah. Definitely.
That's what we try to do, man. I was talking to this guy earlier today about my podcast and just that's why I do it, man. Like, on top of speaking about pop culture, throwing some jokes in there, trying to, spread light on certain things. It's really about informing and just, what I'm saying, being like a beacon of light in the community.
Absolutely.
Like a lot of situations that we speak about, a lot of folks, they're not very privy to it yet. You know what I'm saying? And if they are, they not really in tune with like how we should be moving. You know what I'm saying? Not to say we perfect, but even white folks, I mean, I know it probably hard for white folks to listen to this podcast because they get the hard end of the foot. But some white folks are super naive to what be going on in our community. They like some folks think that we just like everything that we do is brought on us because of us.
Yeah,
absolutely. Like y'all niggas is wilding out. You expect the cop not to pull out his gun
because of the perception,
but you don't even know that. Like, I just came from the gym. That's why I have a hoodie on. It's raining.
Yeah,
I'm not ready to hook up around somebody. You
and
know
even
what I'm saying?
with that whole hoodie bullshit, the number one wearers of hoodie are white college students in the nation.
Right.
Crazy.
Right.
Crazy.
Look at the statistics. White people is 50-something%. Black people is less than 13%.
Right.
Statistically, we cannot be more hoodie wearers.
Right.
That's crazy.
But another topic I have is New Jersey recently became the second state in the nation that now requires schools to teach LGBT history.
Wow.
In the public schools. The first was actually California. And with all the shit California been going on with pedophilia laws and gay laws,
they had nothing to be trusted.
Wow.
So
sex trafficking
having a
and
child, it's like, what are your thoughts, or what is your thought on that? Like, I got my thoughts. So
let me hear yours.
I'm gonna go last. I'm gonna say both this shit. I'm the last leg in this relay.
That's like really flabbergasted. Like I don't understand. Like I mean, I guess what they're intending to do is to basically inform the kids that we all the same, like, peace and all that good stuff, I guess. But I don't think the best place to start is with kids. I think you should start with like adults, young, and then
I think the parent should be the one teaching them.
Right. It's something.
Why are you telling my children about
sexual? Sorry to cut you off. Not sorry to cut you off.
No, I'm good. I'm listening from this one on. I'm listening.
There are certain things that when I grew up, it was certain things that we didn't speak about in school, and they said it: politics, sexual orientation,
and religion.
Religion, you could whatever you want to do because it's Catholic schools, all right. But why are we speaking about sexual? Even if it's heterosexual, I don't want my son learning about the birds and the bees in fucking middle school or even preschool or elementary school. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them learning like, okay, I mean, obviously, all right, these nations were built because the king had a queen. Okay, but we not going to what they mean by the history though.
Right.
Like the first gay person in the world who came out.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing against gays, but like, why don't we get the purpose?
The 70s, I would say from like 70s to
or like now. Gay fashion, and it's like
of gays because
or like gay rights
gay
and shit.
People were persecuted and shit.
I was about to say, like,
I would say rights. Yeah.
I mean, if it's like gay rights,
politicians, first gay politician come out, first gay doctor come out, first gay television host.
If it's gay rights and stuff like that, I'm like, okay, it's gay rights, okay, but then kids are very inquisitive. They're gonna act, okay, so what's gay?
Right?
Exactly.
What's gay?
Keep
well, gay is when two men suck dick.
the simple way to put it.
That's what you would say.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I feel like, and I said this before. What was it? It was something else, and I was just like, it was something else where they was implementing
requires children to read 10 LGBT books.
Yeah, it's kind of like
wow.
It's kind of like, okay, like why are we going the extra mile for this?
We know why.
I mean, we really know why. It's an agenda being pushed, but it's like, what the fuck do kids know about this type of shit? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my kid knowing about sex, period, until he's age to understand. Like, you gotta wear a condom. There are diseases you get. The women's. My mom had to talk to me young about women having babies and their periods. So I was very quivy to it young. So I knew wear a condom. You know what I'm saying? But when you introduce these things, it's only a gateway to like, all right, so so boys and girls do that, then guys and guys do that too. So how they have babies, and then you gotta really explain. It's a rabbit hole, bro.
And then in Texas, last 2 weeks ago, the episode with the pedophile. Oh, now 2 weeks ago, one of the topics I brought up, it was a pedophile. They have this like this program. It's like a transgender person come in and read story time to like. Well, they said. It's from like 8 years old all the way down to babies. And these are the recipients of a trans person reading to them. And now you got a big fucking bushy ass mustache and beard, but you wearing a wig, makeup,
dress, probably
fake boobs, whatever, hairy ass legs. So kids are gonna be like,
it's kind of confusing.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna be very inquisitive, like, all right, I heard the story, but what the fuck? Like, my mommy don't have
what is that?
Right. Are you Dominican?
What are you? No. I mean, no disrespect to anybody gay, but it's something you said a while ago. You said it's funny, and then the guy I was working with earlier, because I was doing the martial arts earlier. So this guy I was speaking to, he said something you said. He was like, you see me going around saying I'm heterosexual. But it kind of seems like I said, nothing against gays, but it kind of seemed like they pushing it on. Like, I'm gay.
It's imposed.
I'm a transgender. Here's why you should know about me. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. They didn't have the rights in the past, or they wasn't accepted and now. But I do feel like some of them are a little bit too, all right, I'm gay. I'm gay. Like, when I meet somebody, hey, yo, man, my name's Dominique. My friends call me Nico. I have a podcast. I like girls, by the way. I'm very heterosexual.
Yeah. It's like, what's the point of that?
Yeah, it's like, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's the pressure of being accepted. Like, because of all the things that occurred, with that mass shooting at that gay club.
In Orlando.
Like, right, exactly.
Yeah.
And then, even prior to that, the 90s and just anyone who were gay or something like that, the way they were being treated. And now I guess we're in a time now where it's like we just accept everything.
Yeah.
So I guess they just putting it upon themselves to just, you know what, let's take advantage of it and just.
Yeah, I mean, I would
say, well, the gay club shooting, I would appoint that to something else. Like, all right, so I'm gonna address the gay issue first. My thing with
that sounded crazy.
So my thing with this whole schools, and you're gonna see more and more states, like, New York for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Maryland for sure. Yeah,
bro, we top 3. I think it's either here, San Francisco, and Atlanta.
California passed that shit.
Yeah.
So Georgia, New York. Maryland for sure. That shit, they gonna follow suit.
Usually Maryland just now, right? Any guy approach you trying to grab your beef,
flags and shit. Nah, no guys approach me. No.
All right, making sure.
I grip Mel, tighter. But like you said, my interpretation of this is socialization. People by them introducing something to children, especially. We all know, studies show children are very, they learn and soak up information at a faster rate between the ages of 3 to 12 or 10.
Yeah.
Like, their brain is just absorbing everything. So by them exposing this to them, it's just to capitulate their mind, force them to assimilate internally, and then eventually they're going to imitate. And these are the 3 stages of socialization. Now, we want people to act a certain way by such and such time period or whatever, next 10, 15, 20 years. We need to implement these necessary steps, and we're going to get this result, this desired result. So that is the main reason. Other than that, population control. Right. The more gays, the less people reproducing.
Facts. True.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Even though, I don't want to sound like Bill Gates and none, but I am. I mean, and
vaccinations is another.
And it's crazy because I was just watching Godzilla last night, and they was talking about
the new one.
Yeah, I was talking about.
Yeah, I want to see it.
They were speaking about like the population being too much, and
even Avengers. That's the main thing. Honestly, I was telling Mel about it. Like there's something called the Georgia. Not to take shine or whatever. There's something called the Georgia Guidestones. Y'all ever heard of it?
Nah.
All right, so it's these 3 stones that popped up in Georgia. They claim they didn't destruct, they didn't erect it, they didn't build it, they just popped up out of nowhere. So on these stones, they have like it's certain things written on them, like the population should be 500 million. Now people are thinking, is it America or is it the world? Obviously, I would say it would be the world because America is already 300 and something million.
Right.
The world is like 9 billion now. Right. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Thanos' thing was less people, less more utilization of land and resources. You know, people would be better.
And even Captain America says something when what's her name? When Black Widow was saying eating her little sandwich, he walked in and he was like, I saw some whales over the Hudson. Now ain't no Hudson. The Hudson got mad dead bodies. Right. It's mad dirty. But he was saying, he's making a point. Like, I mean, look on the bright side. Like, yeah, we lost millions of people, but the world is being replenished. It is getting better. Yeah. So what I was gonna say is, I'm not an advocate for millions of people dying, but I do feel like we have a population problem. Not even agree with the whole gay agenda.
Nah, I feel you though.
It's like I feel like it's too much. I know you're gonna say it's a lot of land.
I disagree.
But the thing is, it's a lot of land on the earth for us to spread out, but if we do that, we'll be cutting into animals' territories, all type of shit. And as humans, as white people, it's most of them on the planet. I'm just being honest. Yeah. If we spread out, they're gonna fuck around and ruin more environments. And so I'm saying, so I do feel like if it was a way to move niggas to another planet, I'll be for that too, cause there's too much people on this planet, bro. We need another black plague, son. Well, we need a white plague.
I was listening to a TED Talk yesterday, and the guy speaking, I forgot his name, but he was talking about in a couple of years, like your children, your grandchildren will be living on like Saturn. So this is why all this space race and all these things are occurring. Yeah. However, I agree with the whole we'll be imposing and protruding on, rainforests and animals, lands and
shit
stuff
that we're not supposed to be on.
But I still don't believe that the earth do not have the suffice amount of land to accommodate for all of us comfortably.
But if we do, we got to start using technology. Then we got to go backwards.
But see, this is whites and Asians. I know, we got to look at what they're doing. Like, for example,
for sure, right?
There's a lot of, look at the wealthy people. How many houses and homes do these people have? They have a summer home, they have a beach home, they have a winter home, they have a regular home, they have a fucking like, you see what I'm saying? You do not need all these fucking homes. While look at our situations, look at our neighborhoods. We're packed on top of each other. Yeah. So, and we can still be happy. I'm saying us, like we still be happy. We're still happy
with them. So it's like they greed for more.
So it's honestly, like, do we really? Is land really that scarce? According to what they're telling us, because they told us 9/11 was, terrorists. They told us a lot of shit that is inaccurate, that we ended up investigating, and we saw all the loopholes. We saw we saw the inaccuracies. So we know you're lying. So why should I believe you on this now? You see what I'm saying? My main thing is, I don't believe
anything.
I believe because this is my thing. I believe everyone is here for a reason. If everyone is here for a reason, then the ideology of space being limited and us not being comfortable because of population size, that got to be thrown out. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's just me. Because it
I mean, if everybody's here for a reason, I mean, everybody's born here. I mean that the 9
because the universe naturally
justified.
cleans itself. The Earth naturally cleans itself, and what depending on what it's going through. Every living organism has certain organisms within it that will naturally be there to counterbalance whatever negative or whatever positive it may be, occurring that may be causing a counterbalance or an imbalance, throwing off the, homeostasis. So that's me. That's my stance on it.
Hard to argue it.
Main thing is white people and Chinese people need to stop doing their bullshit. They need to stop dumping all these stuff in the ocean. They need to stop killing all these organisms. Yeah. And that's what, like, rhinos are actually endangered. Giraffes are endangered.
Yep. Right. It's
animals and birds and insects had already been extinct.
Yeah, it's so crazy, it's like, bro.
Who is controlling all these projects that is causing this? Whites and Asians.
Right. Because we don't own those corporations.
Okay. We don't own any oil refineries. That's causing oil spills. That's causing dolphins and whales and seals to wash up on beaches.
Yeah.
And this is how they get us with the economics. They own the refineries causing the oil spills, and then they show us Dawn commercials cleaning the oils off of birds.
Yeah, cleaning shit.
The same fucking company that owns the oil refinery owns Dawn.
That's a fact.
It's 6 major corporations that own every single thing in the world.
Oh yeah,
that's a fact.
Yeah,
the likelihood of the same corporation owning the oil refinery, ultimately owning Dawn. It's very likely.
You know what it is? It's good cop, bad cop.
It's good cop, bad cop. So you feel like, we're gonna help with this, but it's the same nigga owning his bread.
Niggas.
That balance.
The prison industrial system. Back in the 80s, in the late 80s, they had a meeting. All the top execs invest, and they were instructed to invest in the prison. In building prisons. So now we're going to sign all the gangster rappers and we're going to invest in prisons. So when kids hear the gangster rappers, they're going to want to live this lifestyle and all this shit. And when they get locked up, we're making bread from this. So we're making money from selling their records, owning their masters, owning their publishings, and then we're making money by...
But you got to give credit where credit's due, though. These niggas is good at chess, man.
Yeah, but they're not clever. They're smart, but they're not clever.
These niggas
because if they were clever, then we wouldn't be figuring this shit out.
I know, but thing is, it's a small percentage things I know. True. So, like
because they control they also control the propaganda machines.
The thing is, like
when you say these things, oh no, I don't believe that.
It's like they want to get most of the people. Like, okay, I'm Steph Curry. If I could just make 45% of my threes, I'm good. I'm in the Hall of Fame. I ain't gonna make every 3. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna like trick everybody in the world. As long as they get a cool 90%, because more than 90% of the world is blind. They distracted with work. They distracted with lust. With shit they see on the TV. They engulfed in their society. They get controlled by the media. They got things telling them what to think every morning. They they're not free thinkers, as Kanye would say. You know what I'm saying? So they did their job. It's gonna be cracks in the soil, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? They did their job. They I gotta give credit, man. These niggas done played chess, man. But what you got next, man? Before we get you out of here.
That was definitely dope. That was dope. Definitely needed too. Definitely needed, just because, and both touched on it. Like a lot of the things that we are seeking, us as black people, is right in front of our face more times than not. Like, I'm pretty sure y'all heard the saying, like, if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in the book, right? Exactly. So it's like to have 2 brothers educated brothers who have that knowledge. It's like it definitely gives hope.
We just gotta spread it.
Hope. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah. This is my version of reversing their socializing.
Exactly.
Right. Putting it on their platform.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you're going against
the grain.
It up the same way.
Exactly. Shout out to this podcast, man.
Appreciate you.
It, man. Another topic, our last topic. There's a recent phenomenon of black people, and couple of them are actually couples being found dead in Dominican Republic.
Yo, DR,
right?
Coming from the black congregation, right?
To your fucking family, DR.
Yo, DR, one thing about me, bro, I got a lot of Dominican friends, a lot of Dominican co-workers. Shout out to all y'all. I fuck with all y'all.
But y'all got some explaining to do.
But yo, what's good with y'all country, man? And I know it's maybe propaganda, but we and I tell them too. Dominicans, y'all be on some real racist shit, bro. Yeah. Like, and you could catch them like the young ones, they cool, but then you catch the girls that only fuck with you if you Dominican or you speak Spanish.
Because that's
a form of racism. Like, honestly, or you know what I'm saying, or like they treat their cousins better if they light skin, blue eyes. Mm-hmm. They treat the darker ones worse. That's colorism, racism. You know what I'm saying? Racism is the root. The colorism pop. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the mothers and the dads that you bring home a black kid, they bring you in a room. Oh, hey, Poppy, bring you in a room. Yo, no, what the fuck? You got a nigger in here? Yeah. Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying?
You don't have any water.
But your uncle in DR darker than me. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Exactly.
Your uncle in DR darker than me.
Just because he speaks Spanish, he a better person.
But then he get treated bad too. But he get treated better than us because he not black.
Right. Yeah.
But y'all all black. Slaves just migrate to a different island. You know what I'm saying?
Dragged.
Right. So I've been hearing a lot of things about this DR shit, man. Yeah. Like people getting found in their hotel rooms.
Like 5 articles, man.
People saying they overdosed on drugs, which I don't believe. But I don't know the full story.
Niggas bought a round trip ticket to overdose on drugs.
Right.
I could have just bought one way and killed myself. I could have stayed in my house in America and killed myself.
That's funny.
I mean, what do y'all think is like really going on though? Like,
bro, the government, U.S. government is definitely complicit. They're definitely knowledgeable because look at this. Same situation. Let's make it 5 white couples or 5 white people. The U.S. government is getting to the bottom of that shit.
Right.
And DR is half of that island. We're getting to the bottom of that shit.
Right.
So all these people dying and nothing is being heard. And they like to refer to these islands as third world countries. Right. You telling me a third world country is outsmarting you, is outsmarting your intelligence. Right. Your satellite magically can't, zoom in on this island and see what the hell is transpiring.
Right.
Miss me with the bullshit, man. Yeah.
There's been some Haitians getting mistreated out there too. I saw a video of like the immigration. Like, I don't know what they call organization or team or whatever. Immigration unit from DR. They had a Haitian in the car. They was beating on him. They cut his head and made him eat it. This not like no gangster. This is the immigration like folks that deal with that type of shit. And we've been seeing like the mistreatment of Haitians, but them niggas need to get more respect on their name because they was the first African fucking country to gain their independence. But I'm
gonna read some titles from a couple articles. The first is woman elder shepherd wakes up to man in her room, attacks him at Dominican Republic resort. Okay, so basically she's at a resort and she woke up and the nigga's in her room. That's nuts. So she had to fight him off. And you know what I'm saying? So
that's crazy.
Right.
Another article, Brooklyn woman sickened by bleach. The bleach is in quotation marks at deadly Dominican resort. Third, mystery over couple's death at Dominican Republic resort. An American couple visiting DR was found dead in their hotel room after they missed their scheduled checkout time, a police agent said. Baltimore mother, this is a 4th article. Baltimore mother, heartbroken, searching for answers after her son's mysterious death at Dominican Republic vacation.
What's the time frame between this? This is all this year?
One of them is June 7th, a couple of days ago. That's the Brooklyn woman with the bleach. Body found in DR confirming the missing American tourists. One of them, like two of the deaths was just 2 months apart.
It's crazy. My mom just came from DR like 2-3 weeks ago. 5 days. She just came from there, bro. She's in Punta Cana. And I told her, like I said, I fuck with Dominican, but I said, look, you don't know this country, you don't speak Spanish. Be smart.
Yeah.
Don't be getting off the airport or getting off the resort and niggas say, hey, mommy, you know, I charge you less. Let's go to the beach. I have a shortcut way, and then nigga take you in a ditch and
exactly.
I give me your shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, be very smart.
Yeah.
If you got to pay more for some professional shit from the hotel, you do that. Don't, you know what I'm saying?
The last post, it wasn't a newspaper article, but it's like the nephew of one of the victims. He said, the Maryland couple found dead in the Dominican Republic was my uncle's best friend, and they didn't die from no damn respiratory problems. Right. The United States and the Dominican Republic are trying to hide the truth. They were robbed and stabbed to death in their hotel room. The United States is trying to help DR keep this contained because this may affect it and may have this because this may affect.
DR is not even a part of the U.S.
The United States is trying to help the Dominican Republic keep this contained because of the effect it may have on their tourist industry between the two countries. So at the end of the day, it's all money. It's all money.
Of course. But then the United States be treating Puerto Rico like their little brother and shit. Puerto Rico is part of the U.S. But then y'all doing deals with DR and shit?
This shit is happening all over because it's even happening in Trinidad. And I brought it up to Mel. My girl, she Trinidadian. And
black folks is turning up dead in Trinidad?
Yeah, they're being kidnapped in Trinidad. And the bodies are being found with no organs inside. Wow. So it's a worldwide organ trafficking business.
We was going to touch
it's
on
not
something
just
too. We're
confined
going to talk about it next
week.
week.
America or Mexico or no
crazy.
third world country. This shit is worldwide. Like when they had the natural disaster in Texas, the old white guy, he was homeless, and the newscaster asked him why didn't he go to seek refuge at the sports dome or whatever, like the football arena. He's like, oh, didn't you hear? Bodies are being found missing, and organs are being found missing from bodies, and before he could finish, the guy was like, all right, Chip, back to you in the station. And you know what I'm saying? Right. Throw it off. Like, oh, he don't know what he's talking about.
Right.
That's nuts.
He know more shit than y'all think. I'm telling you, man, I be telling niggas, don't put organ donor on your ID.
Yo, organs are being trafficked for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Because God forbid you get into a car accident and they got a chance to save you or harvest your organs for that billionaire who wife got colon cancer and she need a new fuck. Yo.
Listen.
And they already cut Dr. the check.
John D. Rockefeller that died like 2 years ago. He had like 3 surgeries, all pertaining to the same shit. Imagine the people that died whose organ was utilized for this same procedure 3 times.
Right. Shit crazy. But yo, before we get out of here, man, you got fact of the week?
I got facts of the week. Last week.
All right, make it quick because you got to go, right?
Yeah, I gotta spend
3:30. All right. So my 2 facts of the week. The first one is the real size of Africa. The world map that we tend to look at, that they teach us in school and all that shit. That shit is actually inaccurate in terms of the proportion of the size of the continents. Africa can actually fit. The continent of Africa is actually large enough to fit the whole United States, the whole of China, and Russia inside of it.
Damn. That's crazy. If not
Russia, China, United States.
Dead ass.
Exactly. This is
why China is big.
This is why China got the largest
population.
Not India. Who got larger? China or India?
They both.
Well, they got one of the largest populations in the on the planet, and it fit that United States, and you know what I'm saying. So that's just what I'm saying in terms of like the socialization and how they be lying to us.
That's nuts, man.
my second fact of the week, zircon, ZIRCON. Zircon, it's one of the minerals of the earth. It was found, well, a large quantity can be found in the Indian Ocean at some certain parts. It's like more like residue. And when I looked it up, it is because it's like residue from one of the lost continents. Like we hear about Atlantis and shit, right? I believe Atlantis once existed.
Yeah, me too.
It's just that certain times, over a certain amount of time, like certain continents would arise, like surface, and others would, because everything has
the water levels and
fluctuations. So if you look at India, the mass between the space between India and Madagascar, Africa, Lemuria, which is one of the continents, a supercontinent they refer to it as, actually existed in this space right here. And this is where the zircon is found, right here in the Indian Ocean. And and the reason why I looked into Lemuria now, and they said the reason why they titled it Lemuria is because it's derived from the lemur monkeys. And they always call black people monkeys, and we were the first one on the planet. So it's like a smack in the face, like, yo, lemurs, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, because most likely we inhabited Lemuria.
Right.
And there's a book out there, it's called The Lost Continent of Mu. Y'all can look into that.
Bet.
But yeah, it was a pleasure, my brother.
For sure.
The pleasure is all mine. The pleasure is all mine, man. I just want to say, I want to speak on the behalf of the people y'all already had on here, the people y'all will have on here. This platform is definitely needed. It's appreciated, insightful. I'm in awe with the information I was provided today, and just the opportunity to just to present what I got going on. So y'all two brothers, man, y'all doing a wonderful job, man. Just keep going. Keep going and keep growing.
For sure.
And
you as well, man.
Appreciate you.
We got y'all back, man. From the streets of Brooklyn, New York, everywhere, we got y'all back, man. For sure.
That.
So
that shit means a lot. Real talk.
Y'all deserve it, man. For real.
Before you go, tell the folks where they could reach you.
Exactly.
And
where they could find
any additional information about your documentary.
Well, I'm on Twitter. It's King Hennessy. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Gotta add you.
King Hennessy. Just Hennessy with a K. You catch me on YouTube, Kenny Macklemore, KENNYMCLEMORE. I have a lot of my work on there if you want to check it out, see what I'm about. And
IG?
IG is King Hennessy too. I try to keep all.
I'll put it all in the description.
Yeah, good looking, my man. Other than that, just June 30th. That's the project. Keep tuning into this podcast. I'm gonna be relentless with the appreciation. Keep tuning into this podcast. It's needed. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna help you throughout whatever you going through. Is needed. Tune into Brothers Podcast, man. Word.
And there you have it, man.
You heard it for yourself.
Thank you for listening.
Appreciate it, man.
Bang.
That was loud, man.